Hello everyone. I wanted to take some time to show you all the fun things you can do with your turtle hat to bling it out. Before we do that, I want you to look at the eyes with me and see what you may need to do to make sure your eyes stay secure. The turtle hat eye is a little peg. It's not a screw, it's just ridged, and it goes into a little cup which is underneath the fabric. So if you pushed it in like this, it would go snap, 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 and it would be stuck in there. So here's what you need to do. Take your hat, put your fingers and find the cup with your fingernails, and then push in the eyeball to make sure it's secure. The other one, take it and push in the eyeball. They should have been glued in, they're not glued in. This will make sure it stays there as it should be. I've replaced some hats, I'm glad to do that. But at this point, you just need to check that it is well seated down in the cup that's underneath, just like that. Okay, now let's talk about some of the things you can do with your turtle hat. Now that we've dealt with the eyes, let's talk about some other things. I want to be able to wear my turtle hat all year long, of course, because I want people to see it. So here's what I've done. I have put in an airman's fleece lining in my hat. It's as easy as can be. I just cut out a circle. I didn't have to use glue or Velcro or anything. And I now have in my hat a lovely fleece lining that lets me wear it in the coldest of weather, and it does protect my head. My ears I'm still having to deal with, but at least I can wear it on my head, and it does afford a little bit of protection from the snow. Turtles don't mind the snow. Well, at least the turtle hats don't. Once we began thinking about the airman's fleece lining, we thought, what else did airmen do with their jackets? And so, we realized back in the day, the airmen in World War II often had maps in the lining of their jacket in case they were shot down. Now, I hope you never get shot down wearing your turtle, although it's likely to happen in one way or another. But you can put a map in. A road map is not ideal because, of course, you don't want to take off your hat when you're driving. You need to focus. But you might be hiking in a state park, and a map of the state park could be in your hat. You might be hiking in the wilderness, and a map of the wilderness can be right there in your hat. I especially like to be oriented and know where I am if I am in Africa. So there's my map of Africa for my hat. Some of you may be much more at home in the continental United States. So you can have a map there and you can trace your journey there. Or some people are citizens of the world and they will want a complete world map to mark where they've been. One of the important and valuable things you can do with your hat is have the turtle migration routes in the Caribbean. I love the Caribbean, I love St. Thomas, so you could have turtle migration routes of the Caribbean in your hat. Some people like to be oriented to the stars, so you could have a star map telling you where to find Sagittarius or Cassiopeia. Now that we started thinking about the stars in the skies, some of us are worried about what might be coming as influences from outer space. So if you feel more comfortable out under the night sky wearing an aluminum foil hat to protect you from dangerous rays, you could put it under your turtle hat, and people might think you were a little weird, but they wouldn't think you were totally insane if you had your aluminum foil protection hidden underneath your turtle hat. So, going back to talking about eyes, come a little closer and let me show you what happens to me if I have a hat missing an eye. All is not lost if your turtle misses an eye. He can in fact become a wonderful pirate. A little piece of black fabric and a hot glue gun, or you may be very handy with a needle and thread. I think that's even more effective on the black version of the hat. An eye patch for the pirate on the black hat looks especially nice. If you should lose both hats' eyes, of course there are other options for eyes that you may find very entertaining. So popping eyes like this can come from any craft store, not a problem to get them, and you may actually just want to make a change for the fun of it. That's why you may want to have more than one hat. If you're playing with eyes, you may want some dark glasses. These are not tinted glasses because I didn't find any tinted ones right now, but some glasses make him look erudite. And if you're having more fun than that, you may wish to do something like this for party eyes for your turtle. A little hot glue or a couple of stitches and you're away having fun. If you're a child of the 80s, you may remember the A-Team, and you may want to put in some Mr. T gold bling in your hat. Each to his own. Now, this is the hat that I normally wear. And what I've been doing for some time now is putting in the safety pin that people are using to say, I'm not going to be doing any hate speech or ugly talk. I'm a friendly and safe person. Generally, we know that about somebody wearing a turtle hat, and we know that about turtles. But this is a choice I made just to show it a little more on the hats that I wear daily. Now, if you're a little more into the piercing and goth, you may want to put a little bit more in the way of safety pins into your hat. And so this is one that has been dressed up just a little bit more fun. Of course, some people are very into goth and piercing, and they may go to even more extremes. It's all up to you. This is a little bit extreme for me and for my family, but whatever it takes to have fun. Now, the other possibility is to put a hat on your turtle hat. The second hat that I purchased off of Etsy had a hat like this on it, and that was fun. We had a good time with that hat. I did take the hat off because I wanted it to be plain, but there's a time you want to wear a hat. You may want something more like a cowboy hat or a trilby. You may want something a little bit more like a gardener if you're that kind of person. And of course, everyone should have a Christmas hat ready to put on at Christmas season for your turtle to enjoy the entire season and everything that goes on. And finally, I was talking about party hats. Here's a party hat, whoops. You can put on with a piece of elastic and pop it right off again without any trouble. And this is the one who said, oh, it must be my birthday. I'm wearing my bow tie. So, ways to bling your turtle. Also, you can get little stick-on jewels, and you can put rings on your turtle if you want to, and that can be fun. Some people wear a lot of rings, some people understate with only one ring. So, there are those options. And finally, many people collect hat pins or lapel pins, and they think, oh, I'm going to put the lapel pin on my hat made of tweed that I bought in Scotland. Well, that's fine if you wish to, but the other option is to put them all on your turtle hat. And so I have here ones from distilleries, ones from travels, ones from parks, ones from hobbies, one from Zimbabwe, and I should mention that's going to put a lot of metal inside your turtle, and you may want that fleece lining to soften the turtle on your head. The turtle continues to be friendly and have fun wherever he goes. Thanks for joining me.